After working with hundreds of authors and seeing what the common issues are in marketing, this is the number one mistake that I see: not knowing who you're selling to. I'm Ashley, the owner of Shep Publishing, and we help authors get from the page to the people with efficient and effective marketing strategies. Now, the reason you're not selling books is because you don't know who you're selling the books to. And let me explain what that means. If you are someone who's just decides, oh, my book is for everyone, your book is not for everyone. And I actually have another video about that I'll link as well in the description. But your book is not for everyone, and that's okay. As well, everyone's not going to be your reader. Everyone's not an ideal reader for your book. And the moment that you start to kind of come to terms with that and accept it and understand that it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing, then that brings you closer to understanding who your ideal reader is. Now, what that means is you are looking for someone who is going to be in love with your book and who's going to be excited about anything that you write, for the most part, and who's going to be what I like to call a raving fan. I didn't come up with that term, but a raving fan. And someone who is with you through thick and thin and who is just excited about the things you have to produce. And when I say that, I mean like not your mom. Shout out to your mom, but not like her, or your grandma. But someone who is just enthralled with the things that you create. You have them in mind when you're creating these things, and then that means that it's a perfect match when it comes to the time where it's time to market. Because if, as you're writing your book, you are mindful of who your book is for, then it makes it so that you take a different approach. Many authors think about, oh, my book is for me, I'm the author, me, the book's about me. And in actuality, your book is not for you. It's not about you, unless it's a memoir, then that's about you. But I'm not talking to that aspect or talking to that degree. Talking about authors who are experts in their field, who are business owners, who want to use their book to be able to generate leads, generate more income. Your book is for that client, that potential customer, that potential client, that person who is buying your book to read it. Even if your book is a fiction book, you still are writing it for someone else. Like, you're writing it for you, however, you are writing it for someone else to enjoy. And when you flip the script and think about it like that, you understand, what is it that I need to include that's going to be exciting to this reader? What do I need to include that's going to be enthralling to them? That's going to be, ooh, I can't put this down. I need to share this with somebody. This is something that is making my life better. Think about your reader when you are writing your book, and consider what things are going to be beneficial for them in that process of reading your book. Because at the end of the day, your book buyer is the reason why you were in business, because they bought your book. And so you want to think about them as a customer and think about customer service. We hear the term, the customer's always right. Whether or not you agree with that, in book marketing, the customer is the one who decides if it was a right choice. And they decide from buying the book, they decide from recommending the book, they decide from leaving a review of the book. And so you want to be mindful in the ways in which you are writing your book, promoting it, marketing, things of that sort, selling your book, because the people who are your buyer are going to be the ones who make that choice for you. Now, as an author, this can feel kind of scary. It can feel like you're putting yourself out there. It can feel like you're really just not sure where to find these people. And so when that happens, you want to do a couple things. So you want to think about, okay, if I was somebody who were to buy this book, what kind of things would I expect to happen? What kind of things would I expect to be included? If it's something that is a how-to book or a self-help book, should I have included some worksheets or guides or exercises? And I don't mean exercise like this, but exercises like things for them to actually practice and do so that they're able to implement the steps. Or is it something like, I need to include a totally another book or a journal or a workbook to go along with this because it's incomplete? So think about your customer, think about the things that they might want to have included with the book or with a book bundle if you're focusing on that, because then that means that you are going to be able to wow them. You're going to be able to make it a positive experience for them so that they will do things like read your book, meaning finishing your book, because most books people buy, they don't finish. So reading your book, reviewing your book, and recommending your book. Those are all things that you want them to do. And the way to increase that is to make sure that you are keeping them top of mind, front and center, right here, when you're writing your book, when you're making your marketing plan, when you are doing your book launch. Think about your customer and think about the things that they need, that they want, and that they would like. And if you need help with this, then I do have resources such as my Creating Raving Fans Masterclass, and it teaches you how to really understand your ideal customer so that they become a raving fan who reads, recommends, and reviews your book. And also, if you're someone who needs done for you support, then we also offer that so that you are able to focus on your book launch while we handle the marketing for you. Links for both of those will be in the description of this video. Now, let me know in the comments, who is your book for?